Ever get into those like standoffs with your partner over, how to handle the
Oh,
kids?
yeah.
It's like bedtime, screen time, even what they're going to wear. Suddenly we're disagreeing on everything.
Right. It's like, where did this even come from?
Exactly. So we're doing a deep dive into this. Found some really insightful relationship advice about, well, how to survive different parenting styles.
Okay, I'm listening. Parenting advice is always welcome.
Right. So, first up, it's all about talking about your values, which, I mean, duh, right?
Yeah. Well, easier said than done, though, isn't it?
Yeah, like when was the last time you sat down and actually like hashed out your parenting philosophies?
It's like we kind of assume we're on the same page, but then bam, you're arguing about whether a little extra TV time is the end of the world.
Oh, tell me about it. And this advice pointed out something, those unspoken expectations, like one of you is all about routine, the other is more flexible.
Recipe for disaster right there. You're coming at it from totally different angles.
Exactly. And then we're fighting, the kid's confused, everyone loses.
And that's where the next tip comes in, finding that common ground.
Okay, so even if we're approaching things differently.
It's about remembering you both want what's best for the kid.
Right, like I want my kid to be a functional adult who can do their taxes and stuff.
Exactly. Maybe you disagree on how they get there. One of you's all about flashcards, the other's more life lessons.
But the end goal is the same.
Yeah,
Okay, this next one is tough though, respecting the other parent's approach, even when you're like, seriously, on the inside.
right. Yeah, because it's not about being right.
It's about what? Making it work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes that means really listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk.
Like active listening, that whole deal.
Yeah, can work wonders. I had this couple, right, constantly at each other's throats about screen time.
Huh.
Turns out the dad just wanted to bond with their kids over video games like he used to with his brothers.
Yeah.
Mom was terrified of them not sleeping because she'd been down that road herself, too much phone, bad sleep, the whole thing.
Wow.
Right?
Okay, so under the surface.
Totally different experiences shaping their parenting. Once they actually heard each other out, it helped a lot.
Okay, but what about when the kid's right there? Like meltdown in the cereal aisle, you disagree with your partner. How do you stay united?
Consistency is key for kids.
Yeah.
If they see you contradicting each other, it's confusing.
And they'll play you like a fiddle, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So even if you don't love how your partner's handling it, back them up in the moment. You can talk it out later.
So it's not about hiding disagreements,
Yeah,
just
it's choosing your battles.
okay, I like that. And that probably ties into this last tip, compromise, which sometimes feels impossible.
But it's the magic word, right? Like with those parents and the screen time, they ended up with set no tech times dinner an hour before bed, but weekends were more flexible.
So it's finding that middle ground where everyone feels heard, I guess.
Exactly. And look, it's an ongoing thing, right? Your kid's going to keep evolving. New challenges will pop up.
So being flexible is key.
Absolutely. And hey, a little humor never hurt either, right? Makes the whole parenting thing a bit more bearable. So here's a thought next time you're butting heads with your partner over the kids. Think about what we discussed. Could you approach it differently? Find that common ground, respect the different styles, and compromise. You might be surprised by the results.